Hello there everybody. It's been a long time since I did one of these year celebrations. You remember that I, a couple of years ago, did videos where I celebrated a specific year and in the 80s or the 90s and showed numerous of albums and singles from that year and I don't know why I haven't done it. I guess other stuff had come between, so I've more or less forgotten about it. And but I thought, why not pick up the thread again? There are still a lot of years to discover. So today I'm going to discover a year that I haven't been that fond of through the years, but have learned to accept it, and it was a lot of great music coming out that year, no doubt about it. I'm talking about 1981. I guess 1981 was a year when much of the most overplayed 80s hits came out. Those songs that I may be pretty much fed up with. Came out in 1981, so that might be one of the reasons why I haven't been all that fond of 81. It's also a time when it came out a lot of those radio hits that you shrug your shoulders, okay, goes in here and out here, but very few that sticks in your head. But there were also a lot of great stuff being released in 1981. And I thought I was going to show some of them right now. A lot of singles and some full-length vinyls. And hopefully you will remember some of them. Many of them might also be that you might have forgotten and maybe didn't want to be reminded of. But who knows? Maybe you can discover them again. I'm starting with the debut of a British girl, Kim Wilde, and Kids in America. Followed up by Shakired Love. And then the rest went on and on and on. Here's a man who have been doing it all. Big band jazz, soundtracks. He has been doing soul disco. He has been doing it all. Quincy Jones, who in 1981 might have been having his biggest hit in the pop industry in his own name with I Know Corrida. Then, of course, as a producer, he produced Thriller and so on. But in his own name, I think this was his biggest success at the hit charts. It was Eurovision Song Contest, of course, this year, as every other year in the late past century. The winner in 1981 was a British band who had as their specialty a very nice choreography with the dance to a little teeny poppy bubblegum song, and they had some kind of a mini skirts and with a little twist. The guys ripped the skirts of the girls who had even smaller skirts underneath. Check it out. Bucks Fizz, Making Your Mind Up. And staying in Britain, some of my absolute favorite band from Britain, who today is a little bit forgotten, unfortunately, I think, was the Bad Manners with the crazy singer and front member BUSTER Bloodwessel, who is has one real energy on stage. Check him out if you can on YouTube, especially when they perform this song, their version of the old classical piece Can Can. Real great one, and it was followed up by Walking in the Sunshine on the album Gosh, It's Bad Manners. Going to more disco style, a woman who was maybe seen as a little prude, who all of a sudden showed her more sexier side, Olivia Newton-John, Physical. In my opinion, one of Olivia Newton-John's best songs, actually, because it is really something different from what she did before. Another girl who maybe looked a little bit innocent, but maybe not in the same style as Olivia Newton-John, Sheena Easton, and the soundtrack for this year's James Bond movie, For Your Eyes Only. And we have a classic, Blondie, Rapture, from Outer American album. Some stuff with some singles with some clear synth pop style. As you're going to see here, there are a lot of synth pop in 1981. Maybe because that is what I think was the best about 1981. It was that it was a so great year of British synth pop music, such as, of course, Soft Cell and Tainted Love. You know it had to come up somewhere. And even though Tainted Love was their biggest hit, without a doubt, they had some other hits, like Say Hello, Wave Goodbye, also from 1981. Here is a new wave song that may be seen as a little forgotten today, but that I think is so really nice, so amazing produced, and little exciting, very exciting, and I like this production very much. Anna, and Like They Do in the Movies. One of only 2 singles that she actually made, unfortunately. And we have a woman that maybe is not seen as new wave, but this song was produced in the more trendy new wave synth pop style. A song that I think is maybe not my favorite song this year, but it's okay. It's okay, even though I have a hard time listening to her raspy voice. I'm talking about Kim Carnes and Betty Davis' Eyes. But I felt like it's such a huge hit, I felt like it would be wrong not to have it in the collection. So, let's go to the albums that I picked out. First, the solo album from a member in Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, Bella Donna. And we have something with even more guitars. It was a lot of guitars also this year. This might be one of the peak years of the feud between rock and rollers and synth poppers. And I don't have all that much rock and roll from 1981, but I have, of course, Foreigner and their album 4, consisting Urgent, of course, and Waiting for a Girl Like You. And we have a man that I've started to like a whole lot these past years. I start to realize that his two first albums definitely was maybe his best albums among many great albums. Phil Collins and his solo debut Face Value. A real great and atmospheric and well made album. Amazing produced. Now it is synthpop the rest. We have, of course, Ultravox, Rage in Eden. A magnificent album. One of my absolute favorites by them. What about these hits? The Voice, The Thin Wall. Fantastic songs. We Stand Alone. Amazing album. And it was also a great year for a band that recently have released a new great single called Don't Go. Check that out. I'm talking about OMD, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. But in 1981 they had an album called Architecture and Morality. Now I don't think this is OMD's best album. It might be one of the weaker albums they have been releasing, but it's okay album. Especially with the singles Joan of Arc and Souvenir and Made of Orleans and so on. And even more synthpop, Japan and their classic album Tin Drums. This is a real highly recommended album. And we also have the debut of another band that would leave their mark of the 80s. I'm talking about Duran Duran and their debut consisting Girls on Film, Planet Earth, Careless Memories. Not their best album, but still a great one. And finally, when it comes to the full-length synth-pop albums, of course, Human League's Dare. Don't You Want Me Baby. Open Your Heart. Love Action. I believe in you, I believe in you, I know I believe in love. Really great song. Really great album. And I always did the checking of what was the most selling singles in Sweden this year. And there were two candidates, but one of them won, and both of these most selling singles were Swedish. Either it was Freestyle with the song Vill ha dig, I Want You. Both of these were very much teenager style in lyrics and in their style, kind of a new wave-ish teenager style. This is a very interesting single. It contains an A-side with two songs, which only the first one, Vill ha dig, was the one that was played and everybody know. And on the other side, the B-side, they made English versions of those songs. And Vill ha dig, of course, is I Want You. It was made with a video in English lyrics, of course, also. So you can check that out, Freestyle with I Want You. Or this single, Gyllene Tider, När vi två blir en. Now, Gyllene Tider was a Swedish group, also in this little new wave-ish teen style. And this is Per Gessle from Roxette. So Gyllene Tider was his first band who became enormous popular. This was also made in English, and then it was called Beating Heart. Although I don't think it was released outside of Sweden, and it is this, of course, that is was the main success. And this is actually the winner of the biggest hit in Sweden this year. And it's very strange because it is actually released in 1980. It was released in November 1980, but spent 2 weeks on the Swedish hit charts #1 in 1980 before switching over to 1981, and spent yet another 6 weeks at the top. And with that, this song became the biggest selling single in Sweden this year. I might wonder a single from the who lasted over from 1980 and no other single that was released during 1981 managed to catch up with this. Either it's this one who is bigger, is so enormous big success, or it is a weak selling year. I don't know. Maybe both. But the most selling single this year belonged to Per Gessle from Roxette in his former band, Gyllene Tider. You can translate it to Golden Times. So, that was 1981. So it was fun to go back doing these year celebrations, and most likely I will do it again. There are still many years to discover. Not that much left of the 80s though. I have 80 left, and I have 88 left, and 87. I think those are the one I left of the 80s. But we'll see what happens next time. So until we see each other again, take care, have a real nice time, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. So long.